What's going on, people? I'm back with breaking news. If you're watching Mark, well, you won't be watching Mark because you're watching me. So I am live. Chris Smalling has left Manchester United. News has been broken by Mr. David Ornstein. He says that Chris Smalling to Roma has been on and off in recent days, but they've now reached an agreement with Manchester United to sign a centre-back, Chris Smalling, for a fee of 15 million euros plus 5 million in add-ons. And I make that to be about 18 million pounds in total. So where we thought in general that he might not go, you know, they paused the plane, they turned it around, they stopped the plane going. They've now reached a deal with Chris Smalling. And look, we knew it was going to happen pretty much. We knew it was going to happen. And we've sold, arguably one of our best centre-backs, arguably, right, for 18 million pounds. For 18 million pounds, they ummed and ahed, and, you know, we stuck to our guns. Just like Borussia Dortmund stuck to their guns over Jadon Sancho. I know it's completely different spectrums of transfers, but it remains the same in terms of us sticking to our guns to make it happen. People in the comments are actually saying, you know, for God's sake, why is Chris Smalling gone? Wanted him to stay. We needed him, etc., etc. Look, it doesn't help after losing 6-1 yesterday and having an absolute shit show of a centre-back pairing between. Well, to be fair, it was Maguire's fault, really, more so than Eric Bailly, apart from the third goal, which Eric Bailly was at fault for. But anyway, I think that even, like I just tweeted, even it being a conversation that Chris Smalling is in there with our best centre-half shout is ludicrous and tells you exactly where we're coming from and why we're struggling. It really does. It really does, because, yes, we know that Chris Smalling has had his chance and has had his day. And more importantly, he's not part of Solskjaer's plans and said that I don't want to be here. So even if he did stay, it would have been worse because he doesn't want to be here. We would have had an unhappy Chris Smalling, which is worse. But the fact that we're having this conversation a year down the line after signing Harry Maguire for 85 million, trying to find a partner for him, and we're still saying, I think Chris Smalling's our best centre-half. That, to me, stinks of crap. That really does. It really does. And that shows just how far the mighty have fallen. It shows just where we are as a team, as a club right now. And all of our transfer business right now absolutely stinks. Congratulations to Alex Telles. I'm happy about that. But this is the Smalling reaction video, and I've got to keep giving my reaction to that. Let me know what you guys think about Smalling as well and him leaving to go to Roma. On Chris Smalling, though, I want to big him up. I want to big him up because he's been a good servant to the club. He had his time at the club, and you know, he's been really good for us in certain seasons. And I think he played his post Sir Alex Ferguson. I think he played his best football under LVG. I think he was good. I think he was good under LVG. You know, sometimes he played next to Blint as well, and they had a decent little partnership going on under LVG. And look, there's always this clip of Chris Smalling when he's just kicking it out into touch, when he makes that bait pass and just kicks it straight out. But he's better than that. He's better than that. Do you know what I mean? He's better than that. And he's gone to Roma. This is a player that said he's not happy to sit there like like Phil Jones and say, you know, I don't want to be here. I want to stay and sit on the money. He said, he knocked on Ollie's door and said, yo, I want to play. I want to play ball. If you don't want me, fine. Get me a loan move. And he went to Roma and he smashed it. Don't get it twisted. I watched a few Roma games last year, and also you can read and sense how good he's doing. He played in Europe for Roma as well last year. He was smashing it. Don't get it twisted. He was an integral part of Roma last year, and they would love to have him back. They really would. Someone said, get Ricky on for this one, says Kamani. Yeah, that would have been good. Ricky's busy at the minute, but I'm sure he'll pop on to a stream later on. But yeah, you have to big up Chris Smalling. He's had a good Manchester United career. He's won major trophies at Man United, and he's done his thing. And it was the right time for him to move on. But I just think the players that we brought in his position, in Chris Smalling's defence, he's probably looking at it like, you know what? I'm probably better than these, man. I think I'm better than them, and that's fine. You want to move on without me? See you later. You know what I mean? It's a similar thing to what Lukaku was probably thinking. He thought, I'm better than this. I know I should be starting. I'm gone. See you later. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't have sold him, because I do think that he didn't want to be there and Solskjaer didn't want him. So the best thing to do was to leave. But he's gone and scored 38 goals this season. So what's more worrying for me is that there's a crop of United players, which they do need to move on. I understand that. But there's a common theme here that people are actually leaving United and being better off. You know, Lukaku's been better off. Ashley Young's been better off. Who else has been better off? Chris Smalling's been better off. Do you know what I mean? And that Alexis Sanchez, you can argue, has been better off, but we don't care about him anyway. But Do you know what I mean? There's a common theme here that players are starting to be better off after leaving Man United, and that is not good. That is not good. And in the day-to-day where, you know, is there an option where we could have got that Smalling deal over the line earlier and put some more money towards Sancho? If you think about it, that's £18 million. If Manchester United were going to bid the best part of £90 million and then add on the 18, you've got just under £120 million there. Do you know what I mean? So I can see, you know, or 110 million pounds, should I say? But could they have maybe gone for Sancho, you know, with more conviction? I don't know. But the fact that it's taken us so long to get these deals done is poor. You know. So if you're just joining us, Chris Smalling has left the club. It's been broken by David Ornstein. He basically says the deal has been on and off in recent days by Roma, and they have now reached an agreement with Manchester United to sign centre-back Chris Smalling. The fee is €15 million plus 15 million in add-ons. And it looked like the deal could have stalled today. It really did. And if it did, I would have been tempted to play Chris Smalling again. However, what would that have done to the team? It's a Chris Smalling that doesn't want to be here, that's made his feelings known that he wants to leave. And also, you can't really blame him because Solskjaer said he didn't want him. Do you know what I mean? He said he didn't want him. And Chris Smalling, to be fair, he's been such a good servant. He deserves to go play ball. He deserves to go and play ball. I just think it's shocking that the players we've brought in his position, we're not even 1,000,000% sure that these players are better than him. And that's just it. I've got no problem with a manager coming in and implementing ideas and making things happen and doing what he needs to do. I don't mind that at all. Managers will always do that. Players will always tell you that, you know, they could be on top of the world and then a new manager comes in, they might not fancy you. That happens. But if when that manager decides to do that and the players they bring in are subpar to what you just had, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. So I'm sad to see him go, but I wish him all the best. Just like Ahib Rao says right there, I wish Smalling all the best, 100%. I think he's been a fantastic member of the squad. He's deserved his chance to go off and play consistent football at this stage of his career, and he obviously proved it last year as well. Enzo Gabriel has become the latest member of the United Stand Members Club, so big up to you. Remember, you can join that as well. You can join the United Stand Members Club. And Louis says it's not the money. I think they could have got Sancho. Fair enough. Maybe they could have. I was just putting it out there as a theory because at the end of the day, the way we were carrying on for Sancho was like we were scrimping and scraping the barrel because we can only pay 90 million plus add-ons. And if we would have just sold Smalling earlier, coupled with maybe got a permanent deal for Pereira, there's your extra 20 to 30 million that you need to get Sancho done. Just a thought. Kinnish is the latest member of the United Stand Members Club as well. We've got quite a few members joining now. George Dronfield, latest member of the United Stand Club. Lewis Searby as well, latest member. Loads of members. What's going on here? Who else? There's another one here, actually. Get them on. Fabian Shipton, big up yourself as well. And Sahil Kapoor also, and Kishan Kamalan. Loads of members just kind of joined on the United Stand Members Club. So big up to yourself as well. It's Chris Smalling. He's left the club. So we move on once again. And you know what? We need another centre-back, though. Already, like, do you know what I mean? I know this is kind of dead wood that we were talking about getting rid of anyway because Chris Smalling needed to leave from before, and I understand that. Phil Jones is another one who literally is just sitting on the peas. Like, Ollie don't even give us updates on Phil Jones anymore, which I think is mad. That just shows where he's at. He's either injured or literally is just sitting on the money. Eric Bailly, he's the best out of what we got, probably to partner Maguire, but we know that's not going to be good enough. The Lindelof situation we've already spoke about. Tuanzebe can't stay fit. Mengi is really young at the moment, not getting a look in. So Rojo is still there. Why have we not got rid of Rojo for about 8 to 10 million as well and sent him back into South America? Andrew C says, Flex, did you really think apart from Telles Cavani we would make a big signing today? Also, what's strange, no mention of Sancho from journalists that Fabrizio equally have not dismissed yet. Andrew, yeah, to answer the first part of your question, did I think we would get a big signing today? No, I didn't. Not like Sancho or, do you know what I'm saying? A big centre back and Pomacano out the blue or something like that. No, I did not think that one bit. I really didn't. And we're not seeing that. The biggest what we're seeing is potentially Dembele. And also what strains no mention of Sancho from journalists there, for which I equally have not dismissed it yet. They haven't dismissed it, but I think, look, the time's running out now. It's ridiculous. Sancho's not going to happen. Yeah, I think we're past that. The way that they're working on this Dembele deal, the way that Man United were sniffing around Sarr, thanks for the contribution there as well, Andrew. Big up yourself for that. The way that, people were, that Man United are going in looking at other wingers, and obviously we've got Traore as well from Atlanta. That's going to go through in January. That's been tweeted out by Romano as here we go. So we expect him in January as well, and expect him to come into the first team, who is a highly tipped and highly rated young prospect, and that's what he is, young prospect. Only 3 games in Serie A, 26 minutes worth of football. But it shows to me that the Sancho situation is dead in terms of this window. Louis Chef says the board and Woodward have no vision. It hurts, bro. It does, Louis. It does. It really does. You're looking at everyone else getting their targets. Zayn Miassi there. Arsenal got theirs. Let's get the champagne. We have signed Partey. Now we are title contenders. Typical Arsenal getting carried away. They're not title contenders, but I tell you what, they've shown more ambition in this transfer window than us. As have Leeds. As has Aston Villa. As have Everton, Chelsea, City, Liverpool, Spurs. The list goes on. It really is embarrassing. Yule says, I'm in the 0.90% sure that Sancho will sign. I think that's a new club being made now. Do you know what I mean? Cavani medical failed, says Johnny Slayer. That's just a bit of banter. That definitely hasn't happened. But do you know what? It does sadden me. It does sadden me. Arsenal getting their target, they're one of their main targets. We could have done with Thomas Partey. But, Arsenal having to go at their board, and they've been backed. They've got Arteta what he wanted. Maybe not everything what he needed, but they went out and got him a defender, spent on Gabriel. They went out and got him Thomas Partey, best part of 45, 50 million euros. They're doing it. And what are we doing? Sitting and wallowing in our own shit. That's what we're doing. Crying, moaning, miserable, with no plan. Even the Alex Telles situation, they fed him the bullshit lies already. Alex Telles said, yeah, Ollie's got a plan and a vision for this team and all of this crap. No, we don't. Ollie's fed him that crap. We don't have a plan and a vision for the future, because look how we're being run. It's absolutely pathetic. Hold tight. Grows, our latest member of United Stand Members Club as well. Hiram says the club is embarrassing. This club is embarrassing us from top to bottom. Sucked all the joy out of watching football. Telles, Cavani, Dembele couldn't give a flying kite about them now. They will become crap in this rotten club. Look, emotions are high. I understand. But you know what? It is important to welcome the new players in. Because, they're going to need our support. My God, they're going to need our support under this regime. Maybe they don't know what they've got themselves into. But also, we want them to hit the ground running. With Alex Telles, he does look like a good signing. It's just that it's behind so much smoke and controversy that we can't even celebrate it properly. And that is what is the annoying thing right now. We can't even truly get excited over the Telles situation because of all the other shit that's going on. But it is important to embrace him, to make him feel welcome at the club, even though he's not going to be in front of the fans for a long time. But he will actually be a good signing. He will be a good signing. Derek says, given what transpired this window, I'd rather give my money to the United Stand than Man United. Big up to United Stand. Love the content. Big up yourself, Derek. Quite a few people have said that today, actually, because it's just been really bad. Nikhil says, who do you rate more, Arteta, Ollie, Lamps, or Mourinho? Well, look, Mourinho is obviously the most experienced out of all of them, and he's starting to lay his foundations at Spurs. But I still got a feeling that Mourinho will do what Mourinho does, and it will go to shit eventually. Arteta, you got to rate what he's done so far. There's some certain Man United fans who want to act like Arteta's come and done nothing, but you just got to be real. You just got to be honest, and he's building something. And more importantly, his board's gone and got him 2 players he actually wanted. Do you know what I'm saying? So can't chat shit to them. Lampard, I think sometimes he gets a little bit overrated. But if you want to be real, he had no transfer budget last year. Yeah, the rest of the teams were shit, whatever, but he still got 4th. Played a lot of kids, unearthed a couple of gems. Do you know what I'm saying? Billy Gilmore, right back, Reece James, Tomori. Obviously, Mount had a good season. He done his thing. You can't really moan. So, yeah, I'll probably say Mourinho's got the edge. Mourinho's got the edge just because he's more experienced. But Arteta, you can't laugh at what Arteta's done. And Oli, I think, has done his maximum that he could do. He just needs more backing, and he ain't getting it. And unfortunately, I think he's gonna foot the bill for that. I really do. Darth Raven says, at this point, just paid 120 million and loan Sancho back for the season and sign all these young wingers. Chelsea did this for Pulisic. Sign Sancho for 120 million and loan him back. We can't do that. I don't know what you mean there, Darth. You've lost me a little bit there, bro. Wanted to look at this one. This is Ben Clemens says, Flex, are we going to sign a centre-back in the next 4 hours? No, we're not. We're not. That's just my opinion. I can't see that happening at all. And if we did, it's going to be some player who we have no idea about, who's just been plucked out of thin air. Because as you say, we are basically, 20 minutes off 7 o'clock. Like you said, best part of 4 hours and a bit left, 4 hours, 20 minutes left. And we ain't going to get a centre back in that time. It's them right now, let's just be real. It's Dembele or it's no one. It's Dembele or it's no one. Like, do you know what I mean? I don't see the Sarr thing happening. I spoke to someone who knows Sarr quite well. Not going to say who they are, but they said to me, bro, if he plays in a better team with better players, he'll be good. And he's 100% better than Dan James. That's what someone said to me. So interesting to see what happens there, because I can't see that happening either, because Watford ain't going to budge on the loan situation. And I think time's running out with Dembele as well, because they want him to extend his contract if he is going to go on loan, which he's unhappy about, but Man United ain't going to buy him. So now it's getting really desperate. We're getting into the territory where we're saying, do you know what? Just buy Dembele. Just get him. Just get something. Dembele, Cavani, Telles, the young buck from Atlanta, and Van der Beek. But obviously it's not enough. It really isn't enough. There's another super chat there as well from Nikhil. If Oli is sacked, who is the best person to replace? Well, do you know what? I don't really want to talk about that. Mitesh Patel, it wasn't Troy Deeney, just to let you know. It wasn't Troy Deeney. I don't really want to talk about that, because right now, if Ollie's sacked anytime soon, yeah, some of it will be because of him, but he also deserves to get a chance at this season, which the board hasn't given him. He's finished third with this team. Listen, I'm not going to say I'm the biggest Ollie, backer. I won't just back him blindly. I want him to do well, and I think that he's been put into a very difficult position. I just understand that the board haven't given him what he wanted after finishing in a decent position last year. But I don't really want to get into who to bring in instead of him, because if he loses his job now, yes, he will be partly to blame with some of the deficiencies he has as a manager and tactically. But essentially, it's the board. The board have absolutely thrown him under the bus. How is you answer me this question? Even if you're Ollie out, I'm going to put this to you guys in the comments. Even if you're Ollie out, right, which is fine. I can see reasons why you might be, yeah? If everyone else strengthens, what's our excuse for not strengthening? That's not to do with Ollie. If Ollie says, I want Sancho, I want Grealish, I want a centre-half, and the board don't get it for him, when we've finished third, like that's the highest we could finish. Do you know what I'm saying? He needs better players. Don't get me wrong, he needs to do better with some of the players that he has got. We want all of them, because we're not performing well enough. But you can't just completely forget that the board is moving proper mad. Because I'll tell you what, if Pochettino come into this regime right now, in 18 months, a year, we'll be in the same situation when Pochettino hits the summer and says, I don't really like Maguire, I want a different centre-half. I don't really like Luke Shaw, or it might not be Luke Shaw by then. It might be, I don't know, I don't really like Wan-Bissaka, or I don't really like what Pogba's doing in midfield. I want this, I want that. The board ain't going to back him, We should have got Neres instead of this Traore kid, says Luke Hamilton. Again, it's difficult because young protege, we always moan about what are our scouts doing? Why can't we find people from abroad? Why can't we find the next best thing? And it looks like they've invested in the next best thing and spent a hell of a lot of money on that as well. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting to see also. So, look, to finish off, guys, I know Mark is still live, so I'm going to leave you guys to it. Chris Smalling has left Manchester United. There'll probably be an official announcement soon. That's reported by David Ornstein. 15 million euros plus 5 million euros in add-ons. And we are still waiting, just over 4 and a bit hours left of the transfer window. Are we going to get Ousmane Dembele? Who knows? But I'm probably going to be back here, barring a catastrophe at the medical, which, to be fair, Romano has already tweeted that it's been done. I'll be back here with an announcement on the Cavani video later on. And hopefully, which I have to say hopefully now, because we're in dire shit street now where we're hoping for anything. And hopefully I'll see you again when we're announcing Dembele or some right winger who is of a good standard somehow. I don't know. So guys, thanks for watching. Go back to Mark. When you get there, put the little flex raid thing. I want to see that. I always get that done on my live stream. Everyone go to Mark's live stream. There's nearly 8,000 people of you watching. I want to see Mark's live stream go up by 8,000 people right now. Go over to Mark, hit the raid button or type raid, flex raid, hashtag flex raid. Get into Mark's comments and let him know that you lot are jumping in from watching me, guys. I'll see you lot with some more announcements later on this evening, guys.